Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here. It is June 21st, 2023, Wednesday evening at
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. And yes, I did have Brad help me color my hair. And now you still see it's just a mess because I got done working out. And so, there you have it. Got done working out. Had to push it hard. Was difficult. I had the flu for a couple days, Monday and Tuesday. Stomach still just a little, but I had to get back with it. I did not work out yesterday, and I've been working out every day except for on the weekends. I decided to take the weekends off. Unless I've skipped a day, then I'll pick up an extra day on Saturday. I try to get in 3 to 5 workouts a week. Normally it's 5, but if we have something going on. So I haven't come on, and because I don't really have anything to report, but Brad said, well, they're going to want to see your face anyway. So I can show you a few hats that I finished. Still working on a wreath. I need to finish that. I think I'm going to work on that tonight, get it done. So this is a hat, of course. Toddler hat. This one too. And then I'm working on this one. You guys will recognize maybe the green yarn here, and it's going into different colors. It is some of this that Kathy just sent me. So the partial skein, I'm using that at first, but it is this stitch board, this, and the color on it is a purple martin, and this is a 5 bulk. That's why I did the I did like a flat brim. You know, it always curls up just a little bit, but I did a flat brim. I always incorporate little stray yarns in somewhere within the brim of my hats. That's why sometimes you'll see just a separate strand, just a little different colors. I use up all of my yarn that way. I do. So, but anyway, so this is what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm working on. I got a partial wreath done in the bedroom. Just been working on doing housework and, folding laundry. Brad usually, we both kind of throw the stuff in the washer and dryer. He does all the kitchen stuff normally. And I clean the rest of the house. It works for us. Because, the kitchen is a big job all the time. So, it's helped to know what is expected of you in the house. No matter if it's just you living in the house, well, then you pretty much know what to expect. But if you have a roommate, kids, a husband, the dogs do not help a bit. They never pick up after themselves or anything. But, we know they own us, actually. So, got in some more Temu stuff. Most stuff I can't show you because we already are putting it to use. We got in 2 of those, can I have one of the boxes for the cameras?
Oh, yeah.
I heard good reports about these cameras that people were buying from Temu, and we had looked at these on Amazon, and they were a lot more expensive. What's this for, an adapter?
Yeah, that's in case.
Oh, okay.
In case you want it to put it, you don't want to use it in a socket.
That makes sense. So anyway, we did get, and they were each under $10. We did get 2 of these. They work great. They weren't too hard to set up.
The hardest part I had is the from our wireless router, we have two signals. We have a 5G and then a 4G. And when I first started setting it up, I started setting it up under the 5G, and it wasn't compatible with that.
No. So yeah, these, if you're wondering, work great. Weigh them outside, motion censored, and light. If you're wondering about at night, the light does come on when there's a motion, when it activates the camera, and it gives a good clear picture at night too. It's got the night vision. It's easy to operate. We have it on both our phones. We got one for the front and one for the back. And, you know, it's just some extra security. Yeah, we have our Ring camera. But, you know, in this day and age, you got to be careful. The other day, we were outside last week. All of a sudden, this vehicle turns into, we have a shared driveway with our neighbor. Turns in, and it looked like they just went straight through our next door neighbor, and they got little kids. They got they have 8 kids, and some of them are itty bitty. I mean, they have a newborn even, but they have like 3-year-olds and 2. These kids play outside, always with supervision. But if they'd been anywhere around there, they would have just gotten run over. If we'd been letting out Nixie, she would have just gotten run over. They whipped around, went in our driveway, in between the trailers, through our backyard, through the next door neighbor's backyard, and then out. And our neighbor was mad too. So, you know, they kind of parked the vehicle right in the middle, so, you know, which we suggested, so people can't do that, you know. But, you know, it's just extra security. Sometimes you hear a sound, you're not sure what it is. I mean, it's nice not to have to go run outside, you know, and be able to see what's going on. So, you know, it's nice. And you can talk. You can talk into the microphone at people. There is a way, Brad hasn't found it out yet, or hasn't done it yet, where you can do it where you can record.
Oh yeah, we just need we need to get a couple.
Oh yeah,
SD
we need to
cards.
get an SD card, so it will work on that. It says TF card. Is that the same thing as an SD?
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to check
It
that
says
out.
support TF card.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to check that out.
So, I mean, it works really well. Or I guess you can take pictures. Got all kinds of stuff. So,
yeah,
it's really nice. So, if you're wondering, it's a lot better than having to pay hundreds of dollars.
yeah.
You know,
And it was easy to set up.
it was easy to set up. He didn't even cuss.
No.
So I knew it wasn't too hard. I did get, this is a 40-ounce cup, and I think it was like $15, but it was much cheaper than on Amazon or Walmart. And, you know what, this big of a cup, well, first off, purple is my favorite color. I love glitter, sparkly things. And, you know, when it's so big and stuff, is I'm drinking more water. I'm trying to drink more water because it's better for my kidneys, my overall health. It's reduced the swelling in my legs and my feet massively. My right foot, for the first time in years, is the same size as my left foot. Usually it's so swollen and stuff, you know, and usually sometimes the edema will get bad enough that my legs will leak and stuff. Not doing that at all, as long as I keep with the exercise and I keep drinking a lot of water. So right now I very rarely will have a can of soda, and I don't have anything against soda, and I know all the pros and cons. It's just a personal choice because I can only drink so much stuff, and I need to drink my water. So I'm not drinking pop, except for I'll have maybe a can a week, maybe. And then I drink more water. I cut the size of my tea at night in half, and it takes me a long time to finish my coffee in the morning. I thought about reducing that. But I really do like my coffee in the morning, you know. I mean, it's a pretty big cup. It's a 30 ounce, but that's all the coffee I drink. But what else did we get? I just got in some, you know, because I like to decorate some with these kind of things. So these are on vines, so just that kind of stuff. I don't really remember. Yeah, we got in some of that kind of stuff. I got in some shawls. Some really light, nice summertime shawls. Some that are almost like a poncho. They're really pretty. And so I could wear them over the top of a tank top. You know, because I don't like my arms to really be exposed, because, you know, we all have a problem area that we just hate. For me, it's my arms. And it just makes me feel better. Makes me feel more confident. You know, while I continue to work on it all. I was just thinking about how much we sweat when we're working out. Holy moly. It's like, whew.
Yeah.
You hit about that half-hour mark, I'm on the bike, I start sweating bejesus. You know, so that's good though. Besides that, I groomed Jelly Bean. She's sleeping now. I groomed her last night. I didn't have to do a full groom on her. I just did her face and her sanitary. Didn't even have to do her nails. They're outside enough with us now that just walking on the patio, the cement patio out here, I think is enough. That hopefully I won't have to. Then once we start taking them for walks too. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling like I have more energy. I think I'm sleeping better. Am I sleeping am I going to bed at 10 p.m. and sleeping gloriously till 6 a.m.? No. Let's be realistic. But I am getting to sleep earlier some nights. And the nights that I can't, then, you know, I'll have maybe one more gummy. And this is Delta 9 now. Which doesn't seem to give us kind of that buzz, but it makes you more tired. And that's what we use it for, is to sleep, so we don't have to take as much stuff to sleep. You know, and it also, because we have to take less painkiller, because we're getting all, you know, I'm able to use that. I'm still on my very first pen, and it's like a month and a half later, which is just incredible to me. You know, I'm still on this. So these people that use it, and I'm not judging anybody, but they use it, and they use it all up in a day or two. Are you crazy?
I don't know how they function.
I take a couple puffs off of this, and, you know, after a short bit, and I've had a gummy, I kind of have this whole system, how I get myself start relaxing and stuff, then I'm out. I've been spending less time on, like, the cell phone at night, and just, like, I'm rewatching Army Wives. I don't know why. I love that show. But, I'll just lay on the bed with the poodle and cuddle, and I'll fall asleep. Some nights I'm actually getting to sleep earlier than Brad. Of course, he has a dog that keeps wanting him to let her out. So, yeah. You know, we're trying. Been eating the pork rinds. Carb-free. Finally found a brand that we like. That's just even the plain ones I like, which are the Max. M-A-C-K. We haven't tried any of the flavor ones of them. But it's basically Brad misses the crunch. And, you know, 'cause he really likes chips. So, you know, since he's not on Ozempic now, he's really been trying super hard and doing great with, you know, what he has. And his blood sugar's down really well. And so he has pork rinds. He adds some seasoning. Now, tip to you, A lot of times the plain ones are cheaper. I can't do the barbecue ones because they made them hot now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, I mean, we're big. I'm a big wuss about hot stuff, so I will admit that. So, we use popcorn seasoning. You know how they, in all different flavors, they have like garlic parmesan and I don't know, like nacho or cheddar or, you know, a million different types. Brad sprinkles a little bit of that on his. He likes the garlic parmesan one, and it's really good. I just have mine plain. Me and Jelly Bean. Jelly Bean loves pork rinds.
Sorry, you got me laughing. They have a kettle corn seasoning.
Yeah, but I'm
That
steering.
might
Well, I'm steering clear of it because it's got the sugar in it, and that's
Point.
all it really is
Good
sugar.
point. Yep,
It doesn't really taste like anything else, and I just don't need the sugar.
more sugar.
So that's why I haven't even, you know, I'll have a few. Look at it. Man, my eyes are baggy today. Woo, wee. I look like I haven't gotten any sleep. We slept not too bad. We were both up super late. And in fact, Brad got up and I asked if he was up. And I had thought about calling him and stuff, but I thought, well, maybe he's asleep and I didn't want to wake him up. And so we both had a glass of wine and got some sleep. You know, once in a while we'll have a glass of wine. Usually it's kind of a rush to drink it before it goes bad. Can we buy the box wine, okay? And if you like sweet drinks, what is that kind of wine I'm drinking?
Red sangria. It's,
Red sangria.
Franzia.
Franzia. Not horribly priced. One glass is plenty. And, you know, it's a sweeter wine, so that's kind of nice. That's, you know, we don't drink hardly any alcohol. Well, we both have a lot of alcoholics in our family. And also being diabetic. Yeah. You know, our doctor doesn't object to us having wine. In moderation, of course. She says you could have 1 or 2 glasses a night. Now, I won't let myself do that because I would like to. But because I have diabetics in my or not diabetics, I have alcoholics in my family. I'm very leery of having anything all the time. And I kind of seem to have an addictive type of chemistry, you know, where I get addicted to smoking. I always steer clear of hard drugs and of a lot of alcohol. And I was addicted to food, sweets and stuff for most of my life. So, you know, that's one thing I kind of want to talk about. Is when you're losing weight, and if you're somebody that has a lot of weight to lose, let's say 50 pounds or more, sometimes it's very hard because, see, I already took away my smoking, which helps me numb, and I don't have to deal with issues deep down, and also the food. So now I can't stuff my feelings. So then you have to go through those feelings and even learn to talk about them and, you know, come to terms with maybe even if somebody isn't doing things the way you want them to do things, or they aren't exactly the type of person you think they should be, that's who they are, and that's the very best they can do. And I mean, I certainly, you know, am not any perfect person either. So you have to say, okay, is this really my issue? Is part of it my issue? You know, because, I mean, we all play a part in everything. So, you know, dealing with that's been kind of challenging. I have feelings at different different points in time just kind of well up, and, you know, then I have to kind of digest and work through them and stuff, and learn not to turn to food, and not turn back to smoking. I can't smoke ever again. Brad had one of those pre-roll Delta 9 pre-roll. Looks like a joint. So he lit it outside and tried it, because he never tried anything like that. And I took a couple puffs off of it, and it burned my lungs and stuff so darn bad. And I said, I never can smoke a cigarette again in my life. And I said, because we were discussing whether or not maybe Brad would want to smoke the flower instead of doing, mainly he does gummies. He does a Delta 9. He just got in a 1,200 milligram just the e-juice, and then we fill it. Because for him, these really, really make him cough and really kind of burn the back of his throat. And they will do that. So beware of that. And when you first start using it, don't take in great big, Brad is used to taking in really big lungfuls of air. And, that can really choke him up where he's had to use Preventol and stuff. But, so he mainly just has the gummies and then his vape, and we were discussing whether or not he might want to use the flower and a small pipe or something, and he's like, no, because it burned and irritated him this way too. But it was a good way to figure it out, because he got a package, it was like 2 pre-rolls in it, and was able to try it and just kind of decide what's good for him and what's not good for him. They even make the Delta and the CBD and coffee now. That's pretty amazing. You can get it in cookies. You can get it, And I assume you probably can take the flour and grind it up. I don't know enough about it that you could make your own edibles. But I'm just saying for us, it made the difference between not having to take near as many drugs. Because the problem with, basically like in Brad's case, he's a chronic pain sufferer with the back. And then he feels so drugged out the next day. And also then it will drug you out enough if you have to take it in the daytime that you really can't function very well. So it's made that different. Now we never ever ever consume any of it if we're going to be out driving. Mm-hmm. And that's just us. We don't take it until later in the day. I won't operate an electric knife with it, but I mean, we don't, like I didn't use it today until I was done working out and done doing a number of things, and then, I had a couple puffs, but just because the shoulders is hurting. But it's made a big difference for me. I can't speak for you for not have to take near as much over-the-counter medication or prescribed medication. I'm trying to get off of as many prescription drugs. So is Brad. That's a whole big movement of why we're, losing weight and getting much healthier. Is we're not getting any younger. My birthday's coming up, guys. July 4th, seriously. And I will be 59. Well, I'd like to live as long as I can. That's why I quit smoking. And I wanted to breathe. That seemed to have something to do with living. I don't, riddle me that, Batman. But I'd like to get off of as many drugs as I can. I'd like to, not let my diabetes keep progressing as fast as it has on other symptoms, other issues that arise from it. I don't want to end up losing a leg because cellulitis has gotten so bad and stuff that, that they would have to do that. We know people that's happened to. And just wanting to be able to be more active and go do more things, because you can move anywhere you want to in the whole world. It doesn't make a difference if you can't go do anything. And that's just the way it is. People will say, well, why haven't you guys gone out and explored more? Well, for the longest time, we both were having major health problems. Brad had to have his hip replaced. Then we had with the diagnosis of the Parkinson's and stuff that, really shook us to the core, and we just couldn't get out and really do anything. And until we got another vehicle too, And now, once we got another vehicle, his back, he had his hip surgery and stuff, and doing so much better. It's like, we want to go do things. I want to go do things. I don't want to sit in this mobile home 24/7 and never go do anything. I don't want to run the streets constantly, but I'd like to go do some things. So, that's our big motivation. I'm walking much better. I'm able to get up much better. I'm losing weight at a decent clip. So, that's what we're doing. I have to make myself eat because I'm just not hungry. Brad has not got it that easy, but he's doing great with it. But yeah, I really fight a lot of times having to get in enough. So that's a lot of times when I have a protein drink. But then that doesn't help if you're lactose intolerant. I go through phases, and put down in the comments if any of y'all have gone through this, where for a while dairy will really bother your stomach. And then for a while it'll be fine. So, but I'm just back taking, the lactose enzymes and, because sometimes I just have to have a protein shake because I just don't want to eat anything. So, Brad made a whole bunch of meatloaf a couple days ago and a whole bunch of stuffed peppers. How many stuffed peppers did you end up making? 8?
8.
Both excellent. And then package them up and froze them. And that way, when you don't feel like cooking, especially in the summer heat or whatever, or you're busy, you can do that. For him too, we're not full keto yet. We're using up some of the non-keto stuff first, and then we will be. I got in my almond flour, so I have my coconut flour, my almond flour, and what's that other stuff called? Psyllium?
Yeah.
Psyllium husk.
Yeah.
Psyllium or psyllium, forgive me, it's the same stuff in Metamucil husk, and everything you read about is supposed to be excellent for anybody with diabetes. That goes in there too to make my own bread. We can make our own tortillas, just about anything. So I'm going to start doing that. I'm probably going to make some of that tomorrow. That way too, that's a keto-free bread. It's a keto bread. So I'll let you guys know how that turns out. And I'll probably show the recipe if it's anything decent. So, because I'm just determined to do that. So yeah, we've just been doing that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Brad never made meatloaf or stuffed peppers. Mm-mm. And the stuffed peppers, instead of putting rice, we put cauliflower rice. And then whatever other spices Brad used, all very, very good. I'm still getting used to that. I can't eat very big portions. But you don't have to be a member of the Clean Plate Club anymore. And I remind myself of that. Because, something will taste really good, but I'm getting full. And then I'm like, well, it's really good. I should finish it. And then I'm like, no, you're going to be overly full and uncomfortable and stuff. You can have more of it tomorrow or whatever. So that's what I tell myself.
Yep.
Need to get in. Brad's going to put down. I have this great big. Okay. In my art studio, I have a blue tarp down on the floor, right? I talked to you guys about this before. I didn't want to get paint all over the floor. Well, it's crunchy, every time you walk on it, or else it's slick, and I worry about tripping. It bunches up. I use a stool in the art studio because, okay, I have my art studio section, and then if you turn over to your left, I have a table with my wax melters and my wax and all my scents and all that. Then if you turn another left, I have my sewing station, unless we're using that section of the desk to pour resin. So I need to be able to roll around in that room, or whoever's working in there. Well, the tarp bunches up and gets caught and stuff, so Brad's going to we have this great big black rugs that we were using in the kitchen. And we haven't really known what to do with it. Well, I asked him just lay that down. If it gets paint on it, it doesn't matter. So he's going to do that later today, right?
Yep.
Because I want to be able to go in there and start working in the art studio. Got that on the agenda. Garden's doing great. Been raining here yesterday. And it's fixing to rain either to start this evening. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, off and on Friday and Saturday. So that'll be good. Not this weekend, but the next weekend we plan on going. Is it Selma? Is that the town? Selma or something like that?
I don't remember.
I don't know. It's like an hour away from here. And they're going to have, it's on July 1st, Saturday, they're going to have, where they're shooting off the muskets and they're doing a living history demonstration of the Civil War and reenactments and stuff. And then at night they're doing the fireworks. So we're going to go to that.
Should
That'll be a nice,
fun.
it'd be a nice outing.
Mhm.
And, looking for it. Hopefully they won't get rained out.
Well,
Because I think they said it had been rescheduled from May 13th. And they had to reschedule it.
Oh, really?
I think.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
I read about quite a few venues, so it might not have been that. So we'll probably do that instead of going and doing anything 4th of July. Because sure, up in Rocky Mount, they're having concerts of all these different bands, and then they have fireworks. And that'd be okay. But they're going to have fireworks Saturday night, too. And I don't know. I like to kind of hang out 4th of July kind of with the dogs. I mean, I know that we have one less dog now, but Nixie still does get kind of scared and stuff. So I don't know. I don't think we're going to go do both. It's very expensive if you have where it's just all these venues and stuff, because a lot of times they don't allow you to bring anything in. They may not. I haven't checked that out. Because if you have to buy all your food and beverage, it's very expensive. Plus, usually they don't sell like diabetic friendly or carb free much of anything. Here's your hot fresh pork rinds, come get them while they're hot. Guess they would call them crackling, probably.
I'm not sure what they call them here.
People call them all different kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's what we got going on. Plants are doing great, inside and out.
Yes, they are.
So I know we just kind of keep pushing on. Brad's riding the bike quite often, 3 to 4 times a week, and doing great with that. So
Plus, I end up doing a lot of walking.
yeah, you do a lot of walking. Finding things are getting easier and easier to do, and kind of funny as you get better and you're able to go do more things, that you don't even realize you're able to go do things easier. Like walking out to my vehicle now. At one point in time, even to get up and walk to the bathroom, which is right off my bedroom, was a big ordeal for me. And now I'll walk out and go, usually we'll take the dogs with us, and, get them in the Jeep. And usually I would have to be using an inhaler, and I don't even think about it now. It's just,
Oh, I know.
we go outside quite a bit more.
Yeah, you just tear it up.
We do. We're not going to do it today because, first off, it's getting late and it's kind of cloudy out today. But, were you out with the dogs yesterday?
I think
No, because you had a doctor's appointment.
that's right.
It was Monday. I was working out, even though I didn't feel good. And Brad took both dogs out because they both really wanted to go outside, out front with us. Because we do that just about every day. And then it started raining all of a sudden. So, I don't know what I was doing. I think I was in the middle of the first part of my workout. And I see it start raining. I see it coming down more and more. And then I was just coming to check because Brad didn't come in, and neither did dogs. He's trying to huddle them underneath the table out there. They didn't want to stay out there. They wanted to come in. Boy, they saw me at the door and stuff, and they were like, they out of here. They left him.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, and they were wet. They were wet. Basically Nixie. So what'd she do? She runs through the house. She runs and jumped on Brad's bed. She likes to tear his bed up. Not tear it up, but she likes to rearrange all the covers. She'll take the pillows in her teeth and twist them all around and drop them different areas. She was doing that. Plus she's rolling on it and on his bed, and she's wet. I warned him about it. He goes, okay, well, when I go to bed, it'll smell like wet dog. Did it?
I didn't notice.
Oh, probably not, because it's yard.
Yeah.
But she was funny.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, everything's good. Brad had a checkup with the neurologist, and they increased his medicine because, his familiar tremors, it gets better right away with when they increase the medication for what? About a week, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
And then it like his body gets used to it, and he'll start having more symptoms again, with different Parkinson symptoms, and so they increased it again yesterday. I didn't go with him because I was feeling so poorly, but
yeah, you weren't feeling well at all.
over that, you guys had a good appointment. By the time that they realized, okay, they call Monday. And they asked him to come in at 2:30. His appointment was at 4. Because I guess they had a cancellation or something. He says, okay, sure. So he goes yesterday, he checks in. They have him check in by phone.
Yeah, they have an app.
Yeah. You can't just walk up to the thing and go, hey, I'm here, you know. They want you to check in. Well, it didn't show he checked in. So finally, they're calling people. He goes up front and, or no, did one of them ask you?
One of them asked me.
And he said, well, yeah, he was 2:30 appointment. They said, no, it never showed you checked in. I think what happened, the computer didn't recognize it because he checked in so early and the computer still thought he had a 4 o'clock appointment. Nobody changed it. And it's actually 2:30, but they finally got him in.
That's the story we're sticking by, right?
Did he say if he was going to try you on any other different kinds of medications
no,
or
he
no?
said that was pretty much about it.
Okay, for now.
Yeah.
Some of the other stuff has just such bad side effects and so.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. You're handling it.
Mm-hmm.
We caught it early.
Yes,
so that's good. So, so.
Yeah.
That's about all we got going on. Gee, for not having anything to tell you guys, I just rattled on. I do miss you guys, but then a lot of times I think I don't have anything to say, really. I really, feel like I just don't really have anything to, haven't been to any big adventures, and I haven't, I just kind of stay home and do crafts and work out and mess with the dogs and, mess with you and, I just kind of do my thing. That's it. So I know a lot of people think that's really boring,
Well, that's
Like I said, I don't want to run the streets every day. I just want to go do more things. I want to experience more things and see more things, so, and we will. Not our first rodeo losing weight. And we know what mistakes we made before. I know what mistakes I made before is, you can't just lose weight and have your life be basically kind of the same and be happy about it and not resort back to what you used to do to stuff your feelings down and make yourself feel okay.
Yep.
Which is exactly what happens. So, I'm very self-aware of that. I'm very self-aware of, if I want another piece of chocolate, I don't need to have one. Why do I really want another piece? It's unfun, a lot of it, but necessary. I don't want to keep using food. I watched so many people in my family growing up and stuff either use alcohol, drugs, or food, sometimes all three, as coping. There's one gal I know that lives way in Oregon. I know that she is a meth user. Nice gal. Nice. Young. 32 years old, right? Well, she has a roommate. In fact, this lady kind of adopted her. The lady is around my age and let her move in. And I always was worried that the roommate might find her dead because, she does meth and stuff. She's talking me off and on about wanting to get clean and stuff. And I worry about her. Brad knows that that's the mom part in me. I worry about her and stuff. And the other day, she didn't tell me exactly what happened, but the other day a roommate died. I don't know if she died in the house, if she died maybe in a car wreck or something. I don't know. I did talk to her briefly a couple nights ago.
Okay.
And she said she was just trying not to think about it. And I said, well, I told her I was really sorry to hear. And I said, she seemed like a nice lady. And she said, that's when she said, yeah, she was really nice. She said she was like an adoptive mom. So that's sad, That's sad. So all we can do, guys, is take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
Some days are going to be better than other days. Some days you're going to feel like top of the world. I got this, no problem. Other days you're going to feel like, what the blank was I thinking? I never can do this. I go through that. I go through a lot of days of feeling like I'm the biggest piece of dog, ever. And those old voices you hear growing up and stuff that you keep reverberating back in your head, and you're like, why do I keep saying what I heard as even a child, like it's gospel or something, Sometimes I think you have to soothe the little child in yourself and heal that person before you can go on. Sometimes you do better with it than others. Right?
Yeah.
I have a lot of stuff in my background.
A lot.
Most of it you guys will never hear about. Because I just can't. I can't go there and keep not getting depressed. If I think on it too much, I get very depressed. And I have to kind of sort through that. Probably will go for counseling again. I told Brad if after I've lost a certain amount of weight, if I'm having trouble, because I've been through this before, and I hit to a certain point, and then I have a lot of trouble with, not losing my stuff, because, if I get noticed more and stuff, I have a hard time with that. That I probably will go for counseling, just a therapist to help me work through that so I don't keep going through this. Because you have to worry about as you get older, at what point are you too heavy for them really to work on medically? And that's something a lot of people don't really want to talk about, but it's true. If I have a heart attack, or some woman is my age, but she's thinner, she probably will make it and I probably will not. If they have to do CPR and such. It's just a fact. It's just a lot of the machines are not made for very large people. And, it can be hard. It can be hard. It's, so I want to do what I can do. There's something wrong, they can still work on me. Right?
Yep.
Make it so they can still work on me. But you do face that. You do face that. And that's not fun, but it is reality. Been in the hospital enough. Yeah. Plus, you hate to see them struggle when they're trying to move you and stuff because you're heavy and all of that. You want to get the best care you can. Plus, and all, let's start figuring out calculating medicine because of your weight and etc. What? No, it's true.
No, I'm listening.
You
No, I
know,
was just listening to what you're saying.
a lot of the equipment is not made for people very heavy,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So, I mean, you have trouble flying on planes. I mean, you know, I want to do some traveling and stuff. So, I'm working on it. I don't think I'll ever be super skinny, but I'd like to be smaller. You know, I just want to be able to be active. That's my main thing. So, anyway, that's about all I got to say. I hope y'all are doing well. And, you know, remember I love you guys. And I do cherish your friendship so very much. Do something nice for somebody else. Then do something nice for yourself. And then, as always, you guys know what's coming. You guys say goodbye, Jelly Bean. Okay, goodbye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye.